Every single year, we get a racing or a car movie. Every single year. Most are forgettable, some are fun, there are only few that you can watch more than once. I feel like every actor you could possibly think of has been in one of these movies. And honestly, I love it. Well, I did. Till F1 came. Not only was F1 an incredible film, but in my honest opinion, it redefined cinema. But before we get into it, you might notice that the title, at least originally, didn't say F1 movie, it says F1. And I stand by that. Follow along, and you'll see why. For those who don't know, the F1 movie released 2 months ago to excellent reception from both critics and audiences. It is a film about the most promising Formula driver 30 years after an accident nearly ended his life. The owner of a struggling Formula 1 team, Apex, convinces him, Sonny Hayes, to return to racing and become the best in the world. Driving alongside the team's hotshot rookie, Sonny soon learns that the road to redemption is not something you can travel alone. Immediately, you're probably thinking, that sounds super generic. Well, yeah, it is. But that's no problem. The incredible Joseph Kosinski, director of Top Gun Maverick, directed this film. It essentially is a F1 version of Top Gun Maverick. It's got cars instead of planes, it's got team drama, it's got mentoring, action, romance, it even has the veteran, Brad Pitt, instead of Tom Cruise. You see, these days apparently a movie has to be super original and artsy. It has to be serious. It has to have new types of characters. They can't be generic. Well, I hate to break it to you, but these original movies are typically doing poorly, both in reception and box office. At the end of the day, if you master every single aspect of a movie and make it fun to watch, why wouldn't you go see it? The cinema is about enjoyment and entertainment, and, well, this movie, unsurprisingly, at the time I'm writing this, made over $603 million, and still only going up. That's more than any single Marvel movie has made this year. Pretty crazy that without this being in a franchise it can make that much. Well, kind of needed to, considering it is one of the most expensive movies of all time, costing around $300 million. Why did it cost so much, you ask? Well, that's because he used real modified Formula 2 cars which can hit up to 208 miles per hour. To me in Australian, 335 kilometers per hour. These cars had custom camera mounts. Now, they also filmed many scenes during the real F1. These include races at Silverstone and Las Vegas Grand Prix, which allowed just 15-minute windows to capture real footage of both actors and stunt drivers on the track. Pretty amazing, right? Now, of course, all the travel for all the cast and crew adds to the overall cost. The 2023 SAG-AFTRA strike caused production delays, which pushed back the filming schedule and increased overall costs. Apple also spent an additional $100 million on marketing and publicity for the film. But the film also generated significant revenue through sponsorship, as companies paid to have their logos appear on the cars and team jerseys in the movie. The thing I really want to focus on is that 7-time world champion Ferrari driver Lewis Hamilton served as a co-producer on the film, adding realism and providing authority essentially to relate it to F1. He advised on many of the big decisions in the film. This also grew the cost, as he would want everything done to the highest standard. He was the one who demanded that the lead actors Brad Pitt and Damson Idris do several practice laps at different tracks to get a real feel for the cars and how they handle. He was there to make the movie as true to the sport as possible. Jerry Bruckheimer, one of the producers, detailed the extrusive scrutiny Hamilton provided and what he advocated for in the name of realism. And he said, when he finishes a race, especially like Singapore, where it's very hot, he can barely get out of the car, they lose 10 pounds. And it's not only him, it's all of them. They're just completely exhausted, and we're going to show what it takes to be an F1 driver, and the movie does just that. Formula 1 racing is extremely popular. Nielsen Sports named it as the largest sport globally in terms of audience size as of 2024, with around 750 million fans worldwide. That is a massive audience to market this movie to, and popular good adaptations, as we've seen, lead to making lots of money. So how can you now be a car or racing movie and compete with this movie when literal F1 is involved? Well, you can't. At the time, I loved the Gran Turismo movie. Now I will never look at it the same. To me, it's now a mess. I also recently watched Tom Cruise's Days of Thunder, and I can tell you that the whole time I was watching, I was thinking that I wish I was watching the F1 movie instead. F1 does so much right that's up there with Cars and the original Fast and Furious as the most revolutionary car and racing projects of all time. You know, the Formula One group is also thanking the Brad Pitt F1 movie for a revenue bump this year, as well as growing the cultural impact of the motorsport. There's continued growth in F1 TV subscriptions. President Stefano Domenicali, you can correct me if I'm wrong with that pronunciation, by the way, expects future revenue opportunities as F1 is set to be released on Apple's streaming platform. The mark made without a doubt to redefine cinema. It just shows that what really needs to be done is putting your heart and soul into a film rather than focusing on being super original or the exact same as everything else. That's how you'll be successful. That is how it's today, redefining cinema. Because I know the cultural impact of this film and sport will leave a mark on cinema. I personally cannot wait to see what the sequel brings. I personally cannot wait to see how sport, how car movies, how just all movies in general change, especially after seeing F1 and Top Gun Maverick and all of these massive successes. And you know what? I hope to see all of these as successful, if not more successful than this one. Thank you for watching. I'd love to hear your thoughts, and if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. It really helps support me and the channel, and I just want you to have a great day.